Hey everyone, welcome back to A Maker Studios YouTube channel. My name is Lianep and I'm so glad that you are here with us today. I have a super fun craft that you are going to love. I'm so excited to show you. Before we get started though, I want to go over just some of the products and supplies that I'm going to be using. That way you kind of know what to expect and maybe even take notes if you want to recreate yourself later on. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let's get started. All right, the first thing that we're going to be using is this beautiful ring style. I don't know if it's like a wreath form or it could be used for like macrame. But I found these on Amazon and they are such a good quality. They already have the little ring here on top. And I just feel like this almost screams Christmas. I feel like it looks like an ornament, or I don't know, I just love the color too. So this is the first thing we're going to use. It actually came in a set. This set came with it, and it came with oops, 2 round ones, 2 square ones, and 2 triangles. And so, I mean, just think about the possibilities are endless with these. But today we're just using the one, and you can just see how thick they are. They're just wonderful quality. So we're going to use one of these. The next thing we're going to use is a piece of drop cloth. I love using drop cloth. I use drop cloth all the time. It is very inexpensive. It's very good quality in the sense of how tough it is, and it has that farmhouse warm feeling that I love about that style. So I love that it also frays anytime you tear it, and I'll show you how I'm going to do that. So we're going to use this. I'm also going to be using a mesh reusable stencil by A Maker Studio. We're going to be using the Merry Christmas one. We're not going to be using the Happy New Year. So we're going to tape the bottom of it, and we're not going to use the top one either. So we're just going to use the bottom one. And we're going to use some red A Maker Studio chalk art. And this is in the Love Bug. It's a beautiful color. I love it. And we're also going to be using the Squeegee to apply it on. And we're going to be using some greenery, some picks to add some embellishments and decor, but we'll get to that when we get to it. But let's get started. All right, so the goal is to get this piece of drop cloth in the center of the ring. So I want it to look kind of like this, okay? And then we're going to tie it in the back. I've done this before on a larger scale with a larger ring, like a wreath form. But I want to do it on a smaller scale and add some greenery, and I think it would be just so cute. So we want to make this smaller. So the way you tear drop cloth so that you can get that nice frayed look is you want to take a pair of scissors, and it only tears going one way. So the drop cloth will not tear like this way. So when you buy the drop cloth, you just kind of have to kind of see which side you just kind of rip, and you see if it rips, and it rips really easily. So just keep that in mind. And also, you don't have to have it frayed. You can just cut it with the scissors and have it straight, whatever you want. And you can use any fabric you want. That's the beauty of creating your own decor. All right, so I want it to be, let's see, I think having it, let's see, maybe about that width, because I do want to have enough for the Merry Christmas. So I think that width would be great. So I'm just going to make a nice little slit here with my scissors. See, not much, not too big. And then literally I'm just going to tear. I'm just going to pull and tear. See? That easy. And now I have a smaller piece, but it still has that cute fray look that I love. All right, so now that we have it nice and cut to size, I'm going to put this to the side because I want to add the stencil before we attach it to the actual ring. And in order to attach it, I think I'm going to tape a little bit. So I'm going to grab some of my masking tape here, just so that I can have it not move on me. Because I technically don't have to. I'm just playing it safe. So I'm just going to tape it. And we're going to apply the mesh stencil right on top. So I'm going to cut it. I'm just going to cut the other design from here. That way I have a more manageable size. Now I can technically cut the bottom, but I want to leave it because that goes part of this design, and I may use that, you know, in another design. So instead of cutting it, I'm just gonna cover it using some tape on there. So there you go. That's easy enough. All right, so we have our piece, and another thing that I want to do so that my stencil sticks really well is I'm going to take another piece of tape, and I'm just going to just do this. Just going to kind of like remove any fuzzies or anything that may be on the area where I'm going to stencil. This is just going to allow that stencil to really stick. I don't know if you can see that, but there's some fuzzies. You don't have to do this. I'm sure it would have stuck, but this is just me being extremely careful and trying to prep as best as I can. There you go. Awesome. All right, so now that we have that ready, the way mesh stencils work, if you've never worked with them, is you want to just peel it off just like a sticker. Once you have it removed, it's sticky. So you just want to place it where you want to place it. So basically, I'm just going to do it right in the center. And again, I'm doing the design that I'm using. I'm not taking this part in consideration. I'm just going to place it as center as I can. Start in the middle and just kind of flatten out to the sides. There you go. This is going to be so pretty. Now you can tell that I've used the stencil before. I've used it recently, and I did the green on the Mary and the Christmas in red. This time I want to use the red in all of it. I think that will look so pretty. All right, so I think it stuck really well. And so here's the chalk art that we're going to use. It's a beautiful red. It's one of my favorites. That color is just beautiful. And the squeegee, I'm going to remove any dust from it, and I'm just going to grab a little bit, and you just basically squeegee it on. Now it is really close here to the edge now that I think about it, so I'm going to tape just a little bit of that edge. That way I don't have to worry about it. See, just like that. I don't need to do this side because I have enough space here. All right, so let's take the squeegee with the paste, and we're just going to start applying it. All right, that's it. I actually have practically nothing left over, so I'm just going to put that away, and then we're going to remove the tape first, and then we're going to remove the stencil. Look how beautiful that is. Isn't that gorgeous? And mind you, this is the second time I use this stencil, and it just looks awesome. I love it. So we're gonna let that dry. It doesn't take much, and I'm also gonna put it underneath a fan. And then I'm just gonna rinse this off. I'm gonna remove the tape, and I'm just gonna rinse it off with some lukewarm water. And it doesn't take much at all. You just basically run it through the water, remove the excess paste. It's still gonna be maybe stained a little bit, but it's still gonna work. So let's do that. All right, so the chalk art is completely dry, and I just think it looks so beautiful. Isn't it like a beautiful tone on this drop cloth? I think it's stunning. All right, so we're going to just place it right in the center. Nothing fancy. We're just gonna kind of stretch, you know, making sure that it's as centered as possible. I'm just gonna hold it. I'm just gonna flip it, and then try to keep it as centered as possible. And then I'm going to hot glue one side first. We're going to make sure that it's centered, and then we're going to pull it a little bit so that it doesn't slide, and I'll show you what I mean. So I'm just going to pull this side first. Okay, just like that. And just kind of make sure that it's pretty centered, and it is. I can tell that if I put it with the line, the little ring here, and it's centered. So, and then I want to make sure that it is centered from both sides. And you can put it anywhere you want, of course. So I'm just going to tighten as best as I can. And it's not a stretchy material, so it's not going to like stretch significantly. It's just going to tighten. So I'm just going to place some hot glue have it ready for me, and then I'm just gonna tug and tighten as I pull. And just hold it. And then once it kind of cools down, you can turn it around. That's looking really cute. Isn't that nice? All right, so what I'm gonna do now is I'm just gonna tug a little bit of the corners. So you see how they kind of flare out just a little bit. It's no big deal, but I want it to be nice and flush. So I'm just gonna tug on it a little bit. I'm gonna cut off some of the excess thing here, and then we're just going to just kind of pull it, just so that it looks a little cleaner and seamless. See, that's much better. See the difference? We'll do that on this side as well. I'm gonna grab my silicone finger because I don't want to burn myself. All right. I'm just gonna pull. There you go. There you go. All right, so I did bring in some greenery and some little embellishments that we're going to be adding to it. And these greenery picks I also get on Amazon because you can get a ton very inexpensively, and they're pretty good quality. So I've been using them now for a while, and they've lasted me so long. All right, so I want to put some greenery on top just to kind of bend it a little bit, or curve it. Do you think that's going to look pretty? I want to see that ring still on top, but that's going to be so cute. And what we're going to do is we're going to do two things. First, we're going to hot glue it just a bit, but because it's such a small rim, I don't know how well it's going to hold, so we're also going to tie it. So we're going to put that one on first. So we're just going to hot glue it temporarily. And we're just going to use some jute string because you're not going to be able to see it anyways. I'm just going to grab jute string. We're just going to give it a good tie here. Okay. Just like that. It's just going to add some security. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. There you go. And it's not going to go anywhere. It's looking so cute. All right. So what I want to do now is I just want to add some of this red glittery picks that you can find at any craft store, really. This one particularly is from Dollar Tree. Dollar Tree has some really nice florals for every season, and very inexpensively. So I am going to place one of these here just because I feel like it just adds that nice pop of red that we already have here. And then we are going to just hot glue it in place. I'm going to take these greenery. These are from a pick from Dollar Tree as well. And I'm just going to pick a couple other, just more, you know, looser ones. I'm just going to place it right here. This is just going to add one more layer of greenery and just cover up some of the glue and also the jute string that we added. And I think it just looks pretty to add. And we're almost done. I'm just going to add some pine cones. These are some little smaller pine cones. I think adding a couple here and there will look really cute. So I'm just going to add one here with some glue, and they stick really well with glue. I'm also going to add one right around here. I think adding one more right there, and then we're going to add another one right here. There you go. Almost done. I am going to add one of these little tiny bulbs from Dollar Tree. They come in a pack like this, Comes 16 in a pack. And I just think the red and the gold really pulls from the gold ring, and then the red on the rest. And we're just going to put it right on top of here, next to the pine cone. And we're just about done. I am going to add a ribbon. I have this beautiful Dollar Tree ribbon. It's red and it has Merry Christmas in gold, which is gorgeous and perfect for this decor. So I'm just going to pick a piece, cut a piece off, and I'm just going to place it right on top. I'm just going to make a knot, very simple. And then what I like to do is I want to slide the knot back. I'll show you. So instead of keeping the knot up here, I like to slide it to the bottom. And that way you don't see it. Look how pretty that looks. So this is it for today. You're gonna have to let us know what you think of this craft. I am in love. I just think it's so cute. Again, very versatile, but let us know what you think. If you have not subscribed to this channel, I invite you to do so and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other content. And also don't forget to check out the description box where we have tons of links for you where you can buy a lot of these stencils and paste that we used today. Thank you so much for watching. Have fun creating, and I'll see you later. Bye.